Estimated that over 3 billion people actively play video games, and as that number continues to rise, so does esports. UW-Madison, Madison College, Edgewood College, and several local high school programs all have those programs, and Leah Doherty tells us why this weekend esports fans from around the globe will have their eyes on Madison.
Draco, Saturday will be the first time a sanctioned Call of Duty League event will take place in Madison. 3 teams will compete at the Orpheum Theater, presenting a unique opportunity to see the top players in the world right in our own backyard.
Here comes the Minnesota Rocker.
Anytime somebody who is the best at what they do is competing or performing, that alone is entertainment and something that's worth checking out.
Out of the millions of people in the world that play Call of Duty, only the top 48 compete in the league.
Minnesota Rocker is one of 12 teams in the Call of Duty League, but we're really the only team that's got headquarters and presence here in the Midwest.
Expanding their Midwest reach to Madison, Minnesota Rocker will host 2 teams at the Orpheum Theater in a rare in-person qualifying match.
It was sort of a departure from what fans are used to seeing in Call of Duty League, where there's qualifiers where you can actually go in person and watch your favorite players play.
Whether you're a longtime fan or looking for something new to try.
It's entertainment, just like live sports is entertainment, or going to see your favorite rock band is entertainment.
Live esports has something for everyone.
This will be sort of a really great entry point and something that it will be very entertaining, sort of no matter where you come from on that spectrum.
Now, there will be 2 matches taking place this Saturday. Doors open at 1, with the first match beginning at 2. We've got details on how you can purchase tickets over on our website at NBC15.com. In the studio, Leah Doherty, NBC 15 Sports.